Today I'm going to talk about the Ugly Ducklings. This could be one of the first, it is one of the first garage bands in Canada, out of Toronto. And the first band I saw live was the Ugly Ducklings. I saw them in my high school and when I was going to QECVI in Kingston, Ontario. And there's a little picture of that. And they were the best. First band I saw live, it was like 2 school dances in the same year. It must have been 1966. This album came out in 1966. And the second it came out, I went down to the House of Sounds and I bought this record. And it skipped. First song. And I took it back. And that one skipped too. And I took it back. And that one skipped too. By the third time, I was stuck with it. So my original copy is long gone. This is one I got at an auction quite a few years ago now. And it's an original. It's the Yorktown label. This isn't the original sleeve, but this is the original album. Yorktown label right there. And this is a monophonic record too. Monophonic. So, like somewhere, I think in the early 2000s, there was a reissue. And this is real shiny cover here, which the other one was like a glued on cover, the paper. And this one copied pretty well the original, except for the label. It says Yorktown. Everything's the same, which is weird. I can't find who released it. There's the label. It's a white label, but it's not a promo label. It has Yorktown on it, and it's a monophonic record too. Everything's copied pretty well, exactly the same, the back and the front. So I'm not exactly sure who put this out, but there's the band in the back there. They were like Canada's answer to the Rolling Stones at the time. Here's this guy, Glenn Bell. He has the Brian Jones look with the haircut. And when I saw them, they really put on a show. They did original songs and they did cover tunes, of course. And it was a dance, you know. And they put out an album and it was like, wow. And they had a strobe light. So I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of strobe here. Just give me a second. They had a strobe light, right? And everybody moved like this. And it really sort of got on your nerves a little bit, but it was so neat. I mean, where else did you see a band, or I never saw a band before that, but they had a strobe light. I mean, this is simulated, of course. Simulated. So this album this is a great album. I actually listened to this 3 times in the car today on Spotify. The whole album. It's only 33 minutes long, but that's all you need. The first song is Nothing. It was a single, and it's got a real riffy kind of chordy type thing, and it just hits you right in the face. And then we go to a sort of a mid-tempo ballady type thing, which is still good. And then She Ain't No Use to Me, and that's a rocker. And then Just In Case You Wonder, that's the opening riff that I got. Doon, 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 doon. And that was a single. That's such a great song. That's still, I can listen to this and never get sick of this album. And Not For Long, another kind of more ballady thing. And then Ain't Gonna Eat Out My Heart Anymore. And that was a song that was also covered by the Young Rascals. And the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all written by the band. And on the next side we got Hey Mama, Keep Your Big Mouth Shut. In those days you could say anything you wanted. And that was written by McDaniel, so I think that's, what's his name? Can't think of his name. Anyways, he wrote it. And then the next 4 songs are all written by the band. We got 10:30 Train, kind of a bluesy tune, and then Just a Thought That I Had in My Mind. It's kind of a ballady thing. Postman's Fancy, Name is Clancy. Good song. And at the end we have an instrumental, like a 6-minute instrumental, and it's got a bass riff that goes doon doo doon doo 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 doon doo doon doo doo doon doon doo doon doo. It goes right through the whole song, but there's some guitar and harmonica and lots going on, and there's wind. It's called Windy City noise at the north end. So that sometimes that bass riff goes through my head, just like doon doo doon doo 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 doon doo doon doo 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 doo. So anyways, that's 1966 album. Maybe not Canada's first garage band, but to me, they're the first garage band because they're the first band I saw live. And if they were, if I could go back to that time, I darn well would see them again, for sure. So that's Smell the Vinyl. So long. Oh, forgot to mention, I also found the CD one day. I went into a record store quite a few years ago now, and there was the CD, so I got the Mini-Me here too. It's got sort of a recreated of the label here a little bit, the Yorkville label. And I should have read the thing. There might be some really thought-provoking things here that I forgot to mention, but anyways, there's the CD, and it even has a slipcase. Look at that. Somewhere Outside is the name of the album. You can hear it on Spotify too. I should have looked on the back of the album, because here I found a little poem abound. No, not really. It says, pouring from the teapot spout 5 groovy cups of tea. I think that was supposed to be groovy probably. I looked from up the window out, no hippies round to see. And when the darkness came about, I lit the candle light, and what should pop up outside the ground? Ugly duckies in the sight. Ugly duckies, it says. Upon my sill I stealthily stood, whilst eyeballs bulging out, and a brew spilling in my lap from inst the teapot out. And retrospect, and heretofore, and many waves for thought, I wined and dined, and pranced and danced, and commenced to thought. To heavy thought, I would say. That's on the back right there. I miss that. I should read more poetry because I miss that, and I feel much better because of it. So long again. Oh boy.